I'm Dr Anthony Maloof of Eyes and Faces and Corneal and Oculoplastic Surgery in Sydney, and welcome to this video on Transplant Donor Family Speaks. If you've ever had a transplant, the donor person who has given it to you is no longer with us, but has donated part of their life so you can enjoy yours. The donor can't speak, but their family can. We keep the recipient and the family separate. That's the ethical way to approach this, and people that donate the tissues don't do it for money. They do it for the greater good. I'm going to read to you a letter from a donor family following, there was my patient who I did a transplant to restore vision, and it's really moving. And if you've ever received a transplant, had a family member donate a transplant, or been associated with any of the transplant, it's important to get a perspective into the life of the family of the donor. So let's start. I'm going to read it. It starts, "Dear recipient, it's taken me over a year to build up enough strength to write to you. My hope and intent was to give you some insight into the person who donated their cornea to you and hopefully improve the quality of their life. We tragically lost our son whilst we were together enjoying a beautiful day on the water, and that sounds like a trauma. It's very traumatic to lose a son, and particularly as a family event. It's been a long and difficult year without him physically present in our lives, but we're learning to live with our loss and appreciate all the wonderful time we had together. Our son had his whole life ahead of him, and despite his youthful age, he had most of his life's ambitions planned out. When I asked him what he wanted to do when he grew up, he said, 'I wanted to help others, Dad.' It was not the answer I was expecting, and it actually took my breath away. It made me so proud of the young man he was becoming, and we hope his ambition was in some way realized in you. Our son was a very happy person from a young age and throughout life. He was mature far beyond his years at every stage, even to the point that he had considered being an organ donor immediately after receiving his driver's license so that he could give the greatest gift to another. This is a young man who was thinking. Our son was always giving himself and always willing to help others in need. He was deeply inquisitive, caring, compassionate, intelligent, and focused. He was a definition of an all-rounder. He loved music, studied health and fitness, worked at Bunnings, and spending quality time with family and friends. He loved to read, and he inhaled books. Lovely, lovely description. From a very young age. He was a very fit young man, and he loved to exercise, swim, and snowboard in the water. He was an accomplished violinist and self-taught on the guitar with a unique ear for music, and he was very modest despite being very accomplished in everything he undertook. He was also an academic, so he was a giver and a thinker. He loved to study and was a sponge for learning. He was actually starting to get into medical training and wanted to specialize in the field of genetics. Our son was in love with a beautiful young woman before he passed away. He was known by many as a person who gave the absolute best hugs in the world. He was nothing short of an incredible human being, and he remains a real inspiration for countless others in so many ways. So he really is an all-rounder. Apart from the profound and positive impact his life had on so many people who knew him, it would mean so much to us to know that he was able to fulfill his lifelong goal through you. So living beyond death, that's a very, very, very meaningful sentence there. And I guess that's what a lot of donor families would wish. We understand you may not be comfortable replying, and that is okay. Just to be able to write to you is in itself healing for us, which it certainly is. They're actually writing to someone who somehow has a very deep connection to their son, and that must be a very spiritual, extracorporeal feeling. I've reflected many times that while losing him was so shocking and we still feel the pain, he was a blessing to us, and we're so incredibly thankful for having the privilege of having him in our life and knowing he lives on through you. How moving is that? We hope this letter finds you happy and healthier than ever. Sincerely, the loving parents of your organ donor. Now, if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye or make you want to cry, or you don't have any feelings initiated from that, you probably need help. That is a very moving letter from a family, and it's why I treat donor tissue so precious. It's also why I'm intolerant of patients who do not respect the gift they've been given, who do not follow instructions, who don't attend, and who basically dish this gift that they've been given. The family have gone through a lot and have given up a lot and have given you something. So please take these words to account, respect them, listen to them, let them move you, and honour them. Thanks again for watching. I'm Dr Anthony Maloof of Eyes and Faces and Corneal Oculoplastic Surgery in Sydney.